my name's Maria, and I'm coming to you from Galway in Ireland. And I suppose I kind of find it hard to put a bit of a focus because when I hear about arts and social change, I kind of get a bit lost because I think I'm trying to do it my whole life in a way. So um, just to kind of ground it, I suppose I'm doing a practice-based research PhD in Galway, and I'm a theatre practitioner as well. And I'm looking at how theatre artists in Galway, Gaza, and Mexico City create or challenges meanings of home. And that's looking at topics like space and place and the body and memory and belonging, and themes like resistance, which some I saw coming up in Tony's there, and then reassurance and resilience continue to emerge as highly significant to home and homemaking. So that's just a really beautiful photo there by a photojournalist from Gaza, Iman Mohammed, and I use it a lot because sometimes images can say more than words. Just to give a little bit, I'll kind of fly through a lot of this. This is just some of the work I do outside of research. So I run a theatre company here in Galway, and kind of without trying to, we end up doing a lot of work that coexists with fundraisers. So like and in 2020 we got our first residency, and of course it all had to be digital. But we looked at stuff about domestic violence that I Want You to Know Me, and fundraised, and did workshops as well, but they were in person with Syrian refugees, young people who are in Roscommon, and just Christmas swims and plays. And I'm also the co-chair of a collective called Theatre 57, who are looking for a space for independent theatre artists in Galway City. So that's a kind of an ongoing struggle. Just to look at the PhD research, and I'm sorry, this is like I'm trying to condense like everybody, and a lot of stuff, and I'm not kind of trying to make small of it either. So I guess a lot of what I've been doing is looking at how digital mediums and spaces can be used to circulate stories and information, and how that can seek action or intervention in times of urgency. So just like in Gaza this May, like when your home is literally crumbling all around you, what does it mean to occupy virtual and digital space, and what does this mean in terms of survival, community, transglobal connection, and potential for change? I'm in contact with an artist called Sangirl. It's kind of a nickname in Gaza, and just her work, I think, says a lot. She uses what she has, so she makes sand sculptures in her backyard, and she shares it via the internet, and you can see, I kind of have to fly through it, and that's just what happens when things go on the internet and they circulate culturally, and then things happen in reality. And this is in Galway, where I live by the sea, and this is one of many kind of vigils and protests were organised in May for the Palestinian Solidarity Campaign. Just a little bit of focus, I suppose. On one work I did a digital piece of work called Mi Cuerpo, Mi Casa, with two theatre artists, performance artists in Mexico City. We did it online over 6 weeks, and we looked at lots of how to home make, and what the female body and our own body and our memories, and we shared kind of personal narratives, and we put them all together, and it went out. These are just examples. Sorry, I'm really nervous. These are just examples of some artwork that was created for some of our narratives. So there's lots of things like reproductive rights and mothers, caring, immigration, those huge themes. And I'll finish on this. I'm kind of trying to do a bit. I promised a woman who we had the privilege of reading a letter called. It was a letter for her daughter, Diana Velasquez. Her name is Lydia, who was murdered by femicide, and we read that in English and Spanish during the performance, and she gave it to us so that we could keep saying her daughter's name. So that's why I've just put that up there. That sentence is like amazingly catastrophic. 10 women in Mexico are murdered every day, and that's according to 2019. And I'm going to leave you with a beautiful photographic exhibition, which also featured in the digital work, Salita de Casa, Para no regresa jamais, which is Leave to Never Come Back by Alejandra Edwards. And you can see Diana Velakat's mother is in the centre there, Lydia. And I wanted to say her name again, and because just to keep to make visible what can be sometimes invisible. And I'm aware of my positionality here in the west coast of Ireland as I say all of this. Thank you. There was a bit of a mixed up, and if you want to know any more, you can email me if you want to watch that performance. It's on YouTube and I can give anybody links. Thanks a million.